Hey.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Better. A lot better.
Good. You needed your rest. How's the leg?
On the mend. I think I'll be able to do the hula again before long.
The hula, huh? Well, at least you have your priorities set.
I do. I definitely do.
Yeah, I should probably head into the station.
What time did you get up?
Early. I got the kids off to school.
I didn't even hear anything. I didn't feel you get up. I guess I slept so well because I knew you were there beside me. Welcome home, G-Man.
Well, I'm just glad that you're feeling better. Carly, you gave us all a scare. We were quite worried.
Well, knowing that you care enough to be worried is what gave me the strength I needed. I'm getting better for you.
Listen, Carly, there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about.
I know. There's a lot of stuff that I need to say to you, too. And as soon as I get rid of who's ever at the door, then we'll talk, okay? Because you don't have to go in right away, do you? Gwen, hi. You haven't seen Will, have you? No. No, what is it?
Is something wrong?
He didn't come home last night.
What?
I think maybe he left me.
I guess what they say is true.
What's that?
That people always return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, it's the guilt that brings them back.
Would you please stop with the guilt thing? Okay, we didn't kill anybody. We didn't rob a bank.
Jade, I cheated on my wife.
You were drunk and upset. You reached out and I was there.
That doesn't
It's
make it
human.
right.
Look, if you're afraid, then I'm gonna tell.
No, you just don't get it, okay? How am I supposed to face Gwen now? I can't even look her in the eye.
Well, you start by not beating yourself up over something that's over and done with. And you go home. Because if you want to get through this, you have to get through it with her.
I'll just have some more coffee for now.
Very good, sir.
I'm not late, am I?
No, I'm early. Have a seat.
So when did you get back?
About an hour ago.
How did everything go with funeral arrangements and everything?
Well, Nick's mom and dad wanted to keep it private. Got the feeling they didn't really want me hanging around, so.
They can't be blaming you for what happened.
I think they're just trying to come to terms with the fact that Nick killed a woman, you know, and now he's dead.
Well, you're trying to come to terms with that, too. He can't shut you out of his funeral. That's just cruel.
Katie, I have to respect the wishes and their privacy.
I'm sorry, you're right. It just causes you even more pain, so.
Yeah.
You can't face this alone, Mike. What do I have to do so you'll let me back in?
How did you sleep?
Pretty good, all things considered. What are you doing here so early? Oh, got a lot on my mind ever since you called and told me you're going to go ahead and have the baby. Well, Mom, I don't think I ever meant to give it up. Really, I think I was just trying to hurt Paul, spite him. That would have been the wrong reason to terminate the pregnancy. Well, thank God I came to my senses. Because you know what? This baby is a real turning point for me. I think I'm finally getting the chance to do the right thing. I think I'm finally getting the chance to do something good.
Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'll stay here with Johnny. I'll call you if there are any changes.
Honey, I can't go anywhere. You really think that I would rest? I would go out of my mind wondering what was going on.
I'm gonna walk. Some fresh air, maybe some breakfast.
I'm not hungry.
You gotta eat.
Look, you go, okay? You bring back
Some coffee, something, some fruit.
I'll make you a deal. I'll go, and then when I get back, you go.
Fine, okay. As long as someone is always here with him, because he needs to know that we're here. He needs to know that he's not alone.
I'm gonna find a doctor who can give us some answers.
Okay, good. You should have the test results back by now.
I'll find out. Lucy, did Johnny's test results come in yet?
I'm not assigned to Johnny's case. I'll need to speak to Dr. Lake.
You're consulting with Dr. Lake on Johnny's condition, right?
Well, he's much more qualified to give you the answers you need.
I need to know the condition of my son, so talk to me. If you know anything, talk to me now.
Dusty, believe me, I sympathize. I can't imagine how horrible the waiting must be, but please try to understand my position. I'm just an intern. There are very strict rules that I have to follow.
Who cares about the rules? Talk to me about my son, would you?
Johnny's my half-brother. I'm worried sick about him, too. But I'm already skating on thin ice by being involved in his case at
Well,
all.
you got information for your own reasons, and you're not coughing it up to the parents? What's wrong with you?
Honey, what's going on?
I don't... Lucy's not telling us what the test results say.
Wait, they're back? Well, then where's Dr. Lake? He's making rounds, but he should be back soon.
Okay, I can't wait any longer. You're just gonna have to tell me yourself. Is that his chart?
I can't show it to you.
Have you seen my son? He's not reacting to anything, and he's barely moving, and I can see that he is getting worse by the hour.
I understand how frustrated you are, but you have to trust Dr. Lake. We're doing everything we can.
Everything but giving us a straight answer.
Dusty, Jennifer, I know you're frightened, but please don't take it out on Lucy. She's right. We are doing everything possible.
Uncle Bob, you've seen the test results? Oh, I knew it. It isn't just a virus, is it? There is something terribly wrong with my son.
You know, from the moment I decided not to sign the consent form to have the surgery, it was like I was finally free. I wasn't afraid. I could finally love this baby the way I'd been longing to. Well, love is a very healing thing. Love for this baby has awakened me to the joy of life, Mom. If this little baby is doing all that, then there's a silver lining, I guess. I'm telling you, it's more than that. It's more than a silver lining. This baby has shown me a promise of a future I've never felt before. I'm telling you, even a few weeks ago, I can't imagine feeling this way. What is it? The look. Is there something you know you're not telling me? What's going on?
There is something, actually, and I just don't want to spoil this.
Mother, please just say it. What's going on?
Your lawyer called me.
And?
Your evaluation period is up. The court has set a date for your hearing.
First of all, it's something that's self-destructive to tell Gwen that you and I slept together. It doesn't get anybody what they want, and it just hurts Gwen.
What am I supposed to do, Jay? Just lie and then live with it?
Why would you want her to have the pain about knowing about some random act that didn't even mean anything? You're probably too drunk to even remember it.
No, I remember it all right.
Have enough to face. Why would you want to throw a one-night stand into the mix?
How do you know we have anything to face? She could have been packing her bags and moved out already.
That's your hangover talking.
I let her down, Jade, in so many ways. I cheated to graduate, and I lied to her about it. Then I got so drunk that I made a fool of myself, and I slept with you.
What happened to the Will that wasn't ashamed? I'm Will Munson. I don't care what anybody thinks. Remember?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you shouted it off the bridge. It sounded pretty good.
Well, it was a lie. Because I do care. I wish I didn't, but I do. It's too bad it's too late to matter.
You don't know that until you see it for yourself. So, now that you're sober enough to drive, go home to your wife and fix it. Because I have no doubt in my mind that you can.
Thanks.
No problem.
So, what are you gonna do?
Probably gonna head over to the Lakeview.
You have a room there?
Yeah, right.
Then why are you going over there?
The attendants there are pretty cool. And when it's not too busy, they let me wash up.
So where do you live?
Here and there.
In other words, you're saying that you still don't have a place to stay.
I manage. All right? Don't worry about me. You got enough to deal with.
Maybe not.
She's still there, Will. Gwen's waiting for you. I'll see you around.
Yeah.
I've got to get going.
Jack, I thought we were gonna have a little time together.
Yeah, Gwen really needs you right now. We'll talk later. I'll come back at lunch. You'll be here?
Yeah, sure.
I'll see you later, Gwen. I hope everything works out between you and Will.
Thanks. It's really wonderful to see that Jack's back home again.
Yeah. I can hardly believe it. He's been terrific. And he's taken such good care of me. And this morning he got up with the kids and got them off to school so I could sleep in. And he's just been sweet. I'm sorry. I'm talking about how great everything is for me, and you're worried about Will. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You deserve this. I'm really happy for you. You and Jack, you guys are meant to be. I just thought that, Will and I were meant to be too. And
You are. And I don't believe for a moment that you've lost him no matter what happened. So tell me what's going on.
No, you first. Tell me what's happening with Jack. I saw on the news about that Nick Kasnoff guy. I felt terrible. I had no idea that you were even missing.
No, I'm glad you didn't know. Wouldn't want you to worry. All's well that ends well, right? Jack found me, and he brought me to the hospital, and then when they said I could go home, he came with me. And the best part is, I don't think he did it because he felt like he had to. I think he did it because he feels like this is where he needs to be.
That's really wonderful. It's great.
And if I get this chance with Jack, I swear it, I will never do anything to jeopardize my marriage again.
When you say if, does that mean that you think that he might change his mind and leave again?
Jack brought me home from the hospital. He put me to bed, he lay down beside me, and he didn't get up until the sun came up. I don't think he would do that if he didn't intend to stay. I know him pretty well after all these years.
I thought I knew Will, but last night I realized I didn't. I've been misreading so many signs these last few months. I mean, how can you be sure that you ever really know what a person is thinking or feeling? I mean, people, they lie to you and they let you down and they hide things from you and they pretend that everything's okay when it's not.
Okay. Well, I think that it's definitely time to stop talking about me and start talking about what's going on with you and Will. I want to hear everything.
You can't pretend that something's not seriously wrong here with you and me. You can't forgive me for what happened to Nick.
You had no choice. It was self-defense. I accept that.
Then why can't you look at me?
I'm looking at you right now.
Not the way you used to. You have this huge wall up around you right now, Mike. I'm inches away from you, but I've never felt more alone in my entire life.
I'm sorry. I don't want you to feel that way.
Then come back to me. You can't live inside yourself like this. I need you. We need each other.
It's just everything's jumbled up in my head right now. I'm just trying to sort it out, that's all.
Well, can't you let me help you do that? Believe it or not, I understand what you're feeling right now. Nick did some horrible things, but that doesn't stop you from loving him. He was like a brother to you, and I ended his life.
I know why you did what you did.
I wish things ended differently. I really do.
But they didn't. I've been really unfair to you, haven't I?
I'm not asking for an apology, Mike. You were hurting and confused. And I was hurting too. I mean, there's no point in comparing wounds. I just really need you to let me back in.
I'm trying.
Well, I think the first thing we both need to do is just let go of the past and focus on the future.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
I know. Doesn't matter what Nick did. Doesn't matter what happened. We both made mistakes. We both got hurt. But it's over now. If we together want to let this go, then we'll let it go.
You forgive me?
If you forgive me.
Ah, hello, you two. Sorry, I wouldn't want to break up any kind of a love fest, but I don't think you'll mind when you see what I brought you.
What is this?
Your royalties, darling.
Whoa, a lot of zeros. Royalties.
Yes.
Royalties for what?
Oakdale Confidential.
Oh, no, I think you have the wrong girl. Didn't Nancy Hughes say that she was the anonymous author?
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Nancy came clean when I had the check. Cat's out of the bag.
What cat? What bag?
Darling, look at the size of the check. Really, you must hide. Stop this. Stop hiding your light under the bushel. You must celebrate. Oakdale Confidential is a blockbuster hit, and you deserve every penny and all of the credit. Oh? Oh, Mike doesn't know?
Yes, I do.
Well, what's the problem? Who knew? I mean, who knew that disclosing a few of Oakdale's denizens' low-down secrets would produce such a windfall?
Yeah, who knew?
Well, I knew that it couldn't be Nancy because it all seemed a little bit too raw for her.
Yeah, it was a little too raw for a lot of people.
You know what? I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you at home. It's good to see you.
Wait, Mike. You don't have to go.
No, it's fun. I just got some things to do, just errands and stuff. I'm fine, okay? I'll see you later.
Was it something I said?
I feel so confused and betrayed.
Of course you do. But you have to stand back and look at the big picture. Will messed up because he didn't want to let you down. He wanted to prove to you that he could graduate.
I wanted him to do it honestly.
Well, I'm sure he tried. But truthfully, for him to catch up like that, that's a lot to expect.
Yeah, maybe I did put too much pressure on him. I didn't want to.
When it was too much for him, he cheated because he didn't want to disappoint you. That's how much he cares about you. So he did the wrong thing, but he did it for the right reasons. And if anybody can relate to that, you are looking at her.
So if he comes home,
When he comes home.
okay? So when he comes home, the first thing I tell him is that I forgive him.
You tell him that you want to find your way through this. But you can only do that if he's honest with you from now on. And then you tell him that you still love him. Because believe me, that's what Will wants to hear more than anything right now, that you love him. And you tell him that you want to get your marriage back on track, no matter what it takes. If you do that, Gwen, everything will be okay. I promise. I don't know why I'm so surprised. I mean, I knew my court date was going to come eventually. Oh, God, the worst part about all this is no matter what happens, I know when the baby's born, I have to give it up.
I'll be there for the
away.
baby, sweetie. I'll be there. I already promised you
Yeah,
that.
but I think Paul has other plans. So I need to appreciate every waking moment I have with this little one. But no matter what happens, I know this baby has given me my life back. And I swear to you, I will never take anything for granted ever again.
Emily, we're gonna get through this. I'm a doctor, but and I believe in science, but that doesn't mean I don't pray. And I want you to know I'm praying for you every day.
Thank you.
All right, baby?
It means more to me than you know.
It's time for that appointment, Miss Stewart.
Okay,
What appointment?
relax. It's just an appointment with my OBGYN.
Oh, you want me to go with you?
No. Okay, you're already late for work because of me. I'll be fine.
I'll escort you down to Dr. Schiller's office.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
So what? He needs a blood transfusion?
It's more complicated than that.
There are a lot of blood disorders. Cancer, anemia, what are we
Oh,
talking
God,
about?
he's just a baby. Don't say cancer.
Yes, he is just a baby. But even children as young as Johnny can develop blood cancers. And the one that he seems to be showing us is very rare. So at this point, I cannot confirm a diagnosis. I cannot pick a treatment for him. We've got to do more studies. And I've called in a pediatric oncologist.
I can't believe he's this sick.
Are we talking about leukemia?
Now, this is one that we very rarely see. That's why I want to get the right specialist on this case as soon as possible.
Okay, so what are we gonna do?
How could it happen, you know?
What are our options, our treatment options? I mean, we've caught this early enough, right?
How could it happen so fast? Every checkup, he's been fine. He's been fine.
Well, to diagnose this takes a very specific kind of blood test, and it's not one that a pediatrician would run normally. So our options are to wait until more symptoms present themselves.
No, we have the symptoms, so what are we gonna do about them? How are we gonna save our son?
Coming up on As the World Turns.
There's a cure, and we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it, whatever we have to do, wherever we have to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna face this.
Why don't we start by going home?
Last night it seemed like you were pretty much through with me.
There's nothing that you could ever do that would make me turn my back on our marriage.
You can just tell me. You can tell me that you want to come home.
Jennifer, once I put this team together, then we'll discuss treatment options with Dr. Lake and the oncologist.
Okay, how soon?
Well, I have some calls out, but I haven't had any response yet. Look, we're gonna do everything that medical science knows to save your child. I promise you.
I'm so sorry. That's why I couldn't say anything.
How could this happen? How could our son be so sick?
Where's Dr. Lake? I want to talk to him.
I'll go look for him. Wait a minute. I know those people. Do you mind if I find out what's wrong? Please. Thank you. Jennifer, Dusty, what's
What
going
are you
on?
doing? Why is she out of her room, man?
I'm on my way to a doctor's appointment. What's wrong?
None of your
Something wrong
business.
with
Hey,
me?
none of your business. Come on.
Thank you. With everything you've been going through, I shouldn't have barged in like that.
I'm glad you came to me.
I'm glad that you were here to listen.
Oh, always be here for you, Gwen.
Me too.
Now go. Go and find your husband and make it right.
Let's hope I can.
Hey, if Jack can forgive me and come home, there's nothing in the world that can't be made right.
Wish me luck.
Just go and talk to him and tell him that you love him more than anything.
I will. Because I do.
Gwen? Gwen? You home?
I'm really glad you followed me here.
I'm gonna follow you anywhere. I told you that.
Well, I don't plan on going anywhere again.
Good, because I can't handle even 5 minutes without you.
You're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I'm gonna stumble, you know. From time to time, there's gonna be reminders around town of what happened and what Nick did.
Of course. It's too bad we couldn't take that honeymoon.
Yeah, that sure is.
Maybe we still could.
No, we will, just not yet. You know, I'm gonna face this. I've tried to run from it, and that doesn't work, so, you know, I'll face this.
Why don't we start by going home? What's wrong?
Nothing, I don't know what's worse, actually. You know, finding reminders of Nick's crime, or worrying that I'm gonna stumble into something new.
Will you leave it to me, okay? I'll take care of it.
You're here.
Yeah. I got home a little while ago.
I was worried.
Yeah. I'm sorry about all that.
What's at the back?
Do you have to ask?
You leaving?
Well, I figured that's what you'd want. I mean, after everything I did, I have to understand if you never wanted to see me again.
Well, you're the one who stayed out all night.
Yeah, well, I figured that's what you'd want.
Well, you figured wrong.
Did I? Because I saw that look in your eyes last night at Crash.
You were drunk. And I was mad. And disappointed, sad, and a lot of other things I still am. But I'm so relieved.
Oh, what?
Because you're here. And you're okay. I couldn't sleep all night.
I'm sorry.
Well, sorry's not gonna cut it. And neither is running away.
Come on, Gwen, what's the point of me sticking around? Besides, my dad will probably let you stay as long as you want until you figure things out.
But figure things out. Don't you think I should have a say in whether we split up or not?
What's to talk about? I let you down.
But yeah, you did let me down, and we have to deal with that. And if you're gonna walk out, how are we supposed to do that?
Jack.
I know my memory's pretty fuzzy from the booze, but the last thing I remember you saying was that there was nothing to talk about. And I assumed that that meant our marriage was pretty much over.
Well, you assumed wrong. When I said there was no point in talking last night, it's because there wasn't. You were so out of it, you didn't understand anything. But now that you're relatively sober, don't you think we should hash things out?
What's there to hash out?
Everything. Starting with, where the hell were you last night? Someone said they saw your car by the footbridge near Baker's Park. I drove over there scared to death. I didn't know what to think.
Sorry.
Stop saying you're sorry and tell me where you've been.
Just out. Just trying to sober up and figure out what I was gonna do now. You know, I messed up so many things. I didn't see how you'd ever forgive me.
Let me decide what I can and can't forgive.
Last night, it seemed like you were pretty much through with me.
I can never be through with you. There's nothing that you could ever do that would make me turn my back on our marriage. On us, don't you know that? There's nothing that I could never forgive.
Look at him. He's so peaceful. How could he be so sick? Maybe they made a mistake, right? Maybe the test got screwed up. Maybe, considering everything that's happened, it's not that far-fetched, right?
We gotta face reality.
No, he can't be sick. I haven't had enough time with him. I haven't held him enough or kissed him enough, and you just became his father, and we're a family now.
We are family. Look at me. We are family. Always.
You're right. There's a cure, and we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it, whatever we have to do, wherever we have to go.
That's right.
We're gonna keep our son alive. He's gonna live.
Yes.
Hey. Hey. What are you still doing here? I just wanted to wait and find out what Dr. Schiller had to say.
Everything's fine.
Oh,
Baby's healthy.
Thank goodness. That's wonderful news.
Yeah, but listen, I ran into Jennifer and Dusty in the pediatric ICU, and they look very upset. I think something's wrong with Johnny. Do you know anything about this?
Emily, it's not my place to talk about that.
Well, so what do you know something? What's going on?
All I know is what I heard at the staff meeting this morning. Johnny has some sort of rare blood disease.
Is it serious?
All the possibilities they're talking about have a very high percentage of fatalities.
Oh, my God. That's horrible. No wonder they look so freaked out. Can the doctors do anything for him?
I'm sure they're exploring all the possible treatments. Actually, I was reading recently about some test cases. They're experimenting using stem cells.
Successfully?
There haven't been enough clinical trials to produce enough statistics, but early test results look promising.
It would be horrible if something happened to Johnny.
Yeah, it certainly would be. Let's just hope they can find a treatment that works.
Where are you parked?
Same place as you?
Come on, let's go home.
You go ahead, I'll meet you there.
Where are you going?
I just have a little phone call to make. Don't worry, it's good. Nancy, hi, it's Katie. I need your help again.
What's this all about, Carly?
Don't tell me you don't remember this dress.
Of course I do. It's from our wedding in Montana.
Right after Sage was born.
And then you wore it again. Right after my accident. It's how you got me to remember who I was.
And we came back together. We almost lost everything that time, too. We didn't believe that we'd ever be together again. Kinda like now.
Is that why you thought you should wear it?
I don't know. I saw it upstairs, and something told me to put it on. For you. For us. For this moment.
Carly.
I know that I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just feeling so good. So hopeful.
But this isn't Montana. I haven't been lost in a fog. I'm not waking up from anything. My eyes have been open this entire time, Carly.
I know that. And I know that we have been closer in the last couple of days than we have been in a very long time.
Yes, it's been intense. You've been through a very traumatic experience.
But I'm getting stronger. And do you know why? Because you're here. You're so wonderful, Jack. And when you told me earlier that we needed to talk, I actually got butterflies because I knew what it meant.
I'm not sure you do.
I'm ruining this for you, aren't I? You probably have something planned that you want to say, and I'm rambling on and on. It's because I'm so happy, Jack. You know that I don't need any fancy speeches or anything. So you can just say it. You can just tell me. You can tell me that you want to come home. And tell me that you want us to be married again. The answer is yes. Yes, Jack, I will be your wife. Now and forever.
Sponsored in part by Simon & Schuster.
On the next As the World Turns.
After you've heard it all, if you still want to stay with me, then I'll never leave you, Gwen, never.
Honey, he's burning up.
Call the doctor.
Find someone. Any newborn fetus? It has to be a close match, a relative. My baby and Johnny, they're cousins, right?
If you put this on, I will never take it off again.